Hi again, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Beddoe here with Jordan Schreier. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. Now, we have a breaking news alert out of downtown Fargo this morning, where police are investigating a report of gunfire.
Streets have been blocked off since about 4 this morning, and the Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live from downtown at the scene with the very latest. Abby, what do we know?
Good morning, Jordan and Lisa. I'm still here on 4th Avenue North and 5th Street North as those calls of gunshots came in early this morning outside of the Radisson Hotel. And as you can see behind me, the scene is still very active. Police tape is still set up outside of the Radisson and around the Old Fargo Police Department where the incident took place. However, a press release from Fargo PD says that the incident is secure and there is no threat to the public. They will be holding a press conference later this morning where we will be finding out more details. But as of right now, the perimeter is still set up starting here on 4th Avenue North and 5th Street North and stretches all the way to 1st Avenue North. And police are not letting anybody in at this time into that perimeter. As you can see, there is a group of construction workers still waiting to get in to go to work this morning. Now, we have seen some cars be able to leave the perimeter, but like I said, no one is allowed onto those streets still at this time. However, Fargo police say that they're hoping 5th Street, 2nd and 3rd Avenue to be open around 7 a.m. this morning. Moorhead and West Fargo have also been assisting Fargo police this morning as well on this incident. They're taking it very, very seriously as they're trying to investigate exactly what happened here around 4 a.m. But stick with us as we continue to give you the latest details on this breaking news.
It's a busy area in downtown Fargo. Started at 4, but here shortly it's going to become very busy with people going to work this morning.
And we are going on now the second hour of that scene, and Fargo police will be holding a press conference later today. We'll be streaming that live on the Valley News Live Facebook page. You'll also find it on valleynewslive.com and on the Valley News Live news app.
And we actually have some breaking weather news to talk about this morning as well, because there's some visibility issues out there, Lisa.
Yeah, you might look out the window if you're in Fargo or in Grand Forks and think it looks fine to me, but in the south and out to the west, we've got some real issues with some dense fog. And here's a view of some of our sky cams from around the region. Dakota Magic Casino down by the state line. You could see some murky conditions there from our sky cam. And then in the Foreman area, looking quite murky as well in southeastern North Dakota, back over to Medina and Stutzman County and the Cullum area too. We've got some murky conditions as well because of that dense fog. And the focus is in North Dakota, southeastern parts of the state, and right along our western viewing area. We do have a dense fog advisory in effect for the Foster, Stutzman, Lemoore, and Dickey County areas here. And you can see on our visibility report, we're at a 1/4 mile in Carrington, Jamestown at 3/4 of a mile. Oaks is at a 1/2 mile visibility. So dense fog there. It's starting to improve a little bit in Wahpeton. In fact, we're at 10 miles, the report there. That's better, much better than it was a couple of hours ago. And Devil's Lake is at 7 miles. I want to mention also that Can-Do at a mile right now too, and that's come up just a little bit. I'm hoping that will continue, especially once that sun comes up in the 7 o'clock hour. Temperatures are very mild for most of us. You can see there's a sharp cutoff in the northeast where we've cleared out. We're looking at a 7-degree temperature in Bemidji. The rest of us mainly in the 20s to even 30. It's 30 degrees in Fargo, 32 in Fergus Falls. We've got those clouds overhead, and they kind of just stay put for a good portion of the day today. Here's a look at that hour-by-hour planner. Temperatures do remain mild. We take a little step back from yesterday's temperatures that just soared. We'll be more into the upper 20s to some mid-30s for your highs. And as we progress through the day, you'll see those winds pick up. And by late tonight, we're looking at some gusts to about 30 miles per hour. So it's going to be a windy Friday night. This weekend, keeping on the mild side, we'll be right back to 40 on Saturday, but we'll see increasing chances for some very light precipitation starting up this weekend and continuing into next week. And now for a look at traffic. Here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thank you, Lisa, and good morning, Red River Valley. We're finishing up this hour on I-94. We're heading eastbound toward Minnesota. Now, the traffic flow this morning started off like it was building very quickly, like much earlier than we normally expect. However, it has now it's now kind of cooled down a little bit. It's normally a little bit busier this time, especially in the westbound lanes. However, it's looking a little lighter than it normally is. So good news for you in your morning commute today. Now, another piece of good news is the roadways. You can see how little shine there is coming off these roadways. Now, what that means is that they are not icy and that they're looking clear. Now, this is the best the roadways have looked all week, even better than yesterday. So you shouldn't have to worry about slick spots for your morning commute. There are still a couple here and there, of course, but not nearly as numerous as they have been for the rest of this week. Now, obviously, the big topic for today is the situation downtown. They're going to be working on clearing that block here pretty soon, so should be able to resume your morning commute here shortly. We're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour on the Fargo CW, but for now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
And we have a update right now to our breaking news that's happening in downtown Fargo. Fargo police say they will be holding that news conference with new information for us at 9 this morning. We will be streaming that live on our Valley News Live Facebook page. For more information, of course, Abby Furchner has been reporting all morning live on the shots fired in downtown Fargo.
And we also are just learning, this came into our newsroom, that by 7 o'clock, Fargo police say they hope to have more streets open in downtown Fargo. Currently, it's blocked off from about 1st up until 7th. That's right by Main Avenue up to the Sanford Hospital there that is closed off currently. They hope to have that open by 7. Stay with us and we'll get you the latest information on that. New this morning, police believe a medical emergency may have led to the crash that killed a semi-driver in Otter Tail County. State troopers say a man was driving in Fergus Falls last night when his rig ran off the road and slammed into a power pole. The victim was a 62-year-old from Wisconsin.
A Bemidji man is in the hospital after what must have been a frightening ordeal near Bagley, Minnesota. Police say he lost control of his pickup last night on a highway just east of town, hit a guardrail, launched over the Clearwater River, and rolled. We haven't heard yet how bad his injuries are. 3 people escaped serious injuries in a car semi-crash in Becker County. Minnesota State troopers say a 70-year-old driver from Frazee was trying to pass a semi on Highway 10 near Audubon when he clipped the corner of the truck and lost control of his car.
The car ran off the road and rolled onto its roof. A passenger in that car had minor injuries. Federal prosecutors say a South Dakota neurosurgeon made millions of dollars by performing unnecessary and dangerous surgeries, including one that left a patient partially paralyzed. The Department of Justice alleges in a lawsuit filed Wednesday that Dr. Wilson Asfora enriched himself by using medical devices that he invented during surgeries and then receiving kickbacks from companies whose devices he used without disclosing that information.
Sanford Health settled a whistleblower lawsuit for $20 million in penalties last month. The hospital system was accused of allowing Asfora to defraud the government, but it denied wrongdoing or liability under the settlement. Asfora has also denied any wrongdoing. A man is facing murder charges after the death of a downtown Fargo assault victim. Police say Daryl Peterson was arrested Wednesday night after a reported attack in the Pioneer Manor apartment building at 11th Street and 2nd Avenue North that morning. 64-year-old Dwayne Darling was found bleeding from the head and died at the hospital. Police say the two knew each other and this was not a random crime.
A man who drowned in Trail County may have been trying to rescue his dog after it wandered out onto thin ice. Deputies were called Sunday night about a vehicle that was running with the driver's door open in a park in Portland. Investigators say some personal items were found along the riverbank near where 59-year-old Kelly Lipsey went through the ice. Searchers recovered his body in an open area of water on that river. West Fargo school superintendent is trying to set the record straight on the district's move to providing a least restrictive environment for students with complex behaviors.
Beth Sleddy took to Facebook with a lengthy explanation on plans for a special education-only facility, similar to what Fargo is working on. Sleddy says after studying the question, plans were drawn to connect the facility to Heritage Middle School by a hallway. It would serve 6th through 8th grades.
While critics of the approach call the move segregation, Sleddy disagrees. She says it's about the safety of all students and their ability to learn in an environment best suited for them and their needs. She says the number of students who would be considered for the LRE D setting is less than 1% of the district's total special education population. Be listening for the bells. The Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign kicked off yesterday with a little help from area law enforcement.
The goal this year for the FM Metro is $900,000. And don't worry if you don't carry cash. This year you can donate through your smartphone.
Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question, a survey revealed the top 10 things that go wrong at Thanksgiving. Number 1 was not all of the cooking done on time, but what came in at number 2?
The answer, running out of wine or alcohol. Uh-oh, that could cause some problems.
That is a big problem.
We have some fog to talk about out there this morning.
Yeah, especially in our western viewing area and in southeastern North Dakota, we're looking at that fog really getting kind of murky in some spots. You can see our view in parts of eastern North Dakota looking a bit on the foggy side. We've got reports down to less than a mile in Jamestown and in Carrington right now. So easy does it. Some of those roads are also frosty and slick. Temperatures are mild, but most of us below freezing right now.
Remember to stay with us on air and online as we follow breaking news out of downtown Fargo where shots were fired. Have a great day, everyone. The Valley Today continues right now on the